What's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Listen, man, how well do you really know your friends? Like, do you really know them? Do you ask yourself that question? How well do you really know your friends? Like, I'll give you an example. I just hit my homeboys up. I hit a lot of my homeboys up because my birthday coming up. So Queen is trying to put together a little something for us for my birthday, right? So I was hitting up some of my homeboys to see if they're available. But right when I looked up to see what video was the next one I was doing, I just thought this was pretty funny because I was like, how well do you really know your homeboys? I feel like I know my homeboys pretty well. We've been rocking together since small kids. You know what I'm saying? But this video is the top 10 creepiest people. One person ate his friend. Do you know your friend well enough to know if he'll eat you or not? Huh? Do you know? I don't know, bro. But when I see somebody say ate his friend, another person, foot sniffer. Are you a foot sniffer? And then a scary neighbor. So this video right here is probably gonna be pretty interesting, man. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, join the family, and let's check this out.
Picture of the man underneath the table at the library. Reports say he was smelling feet.
In the 10 spot, we've got the bread sniffer. This guy, he's in the supermarket at the bakery section, just grabbing bread, smelling it, and then putting it back. That's all he's doing.
That is the most disgusting I've ever seen. That's like the whole, remember when people was getting arrested for opening the ice cream, licking it, and putting it back in there? Oh, that make you not even want to buy food no more. It make you strictly want to just get some land and start a garden so you know where exactly your food is coming from. Bro, you know how many people probably came through and bought that bread? Man, why people gotta be so nasty?
Yo, bro. Yeah, you're supposed to use the wax paper when you touch the rolls. I'm Roll Patrol, dude.
Moving into 9, we've got a super...
Yo, that dude said I'm Roll Patrol. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Be Roll Patrol.
Creepy guy who broke into this college girl's house in the middle of night, and he went into her room, stole some of her underwear, stared at her while she was sleeping, and at some point stroked her face with his hand a little bit, and it was certainly pretty chilling for her.
I just woke up to somebody going through my closet. I could hear wicker baskets in my closet moving.
Madeline Clausen and her college roommates went to bed at 3.
Who still has wicker baskets? Bro, I ain't heard that term since I think I was living in mom's crib, bro. A wicker basket? I ain't heard that term in a long time. Jeez.
3 on Saturday morning near 1800 South Foothill Drive. Police say the intruder tried to get in through a window, but instead knocked down the front door around 4:30. Then he went upstairs into Clausen's room in search of lingerie.
He took a lot of our underwear.
At number 8, we've had a couple who figured out that their neighbor was as creepy as it gets, because it turns out he had been spying on them and 8 other neighbors, so 9 different houses in total, for over 5 years that he had lived there. And he would record them inside their houses, through the windows, that kind of stuff. He would set up like a camcorder, doing a bunch of different stuff, changing, showering, sleeping, doing the dirty, all that kind of stuff. He got himself a lot of footage.
Lane and Payton.
It's not only that, just think about what he was doing while watching the footage. Oh. Yeah, he gets the creepy, nasty award. He gets the nasty award. He gets the nasty award.
Montgomery wished the man dressed all in black that they'd seen outside their bedroom window in December 2016 was just a burglar who wanted their belongings. Instead, when arrested, they would learn that shadowy figure was Matthew Flesher. He was their next-door neighbor, and police would describe him as a prolific peeping Tom and sexual predator. They seized this camcorder and discovered secret recordings of the Montgomerys and 8 of their neighbors dating back to 2011.
In the number 7 spot, I'm not even going to lie, when I first saw this one, when I was looking for clips for this list, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like a fake headline or something like that, but it's real, and this involves a guy in a library at this college school, and it turns out he was hiding under one of the tables in this library, waiting for somebody to sit down so that he could sniff their feet. So this guy is the foot sniffer. That's what he's known as. He was caught. There was a picture of him hiding under the table. You can't make it up.
Here's a picture of the man underneath the table at the library. Reports say he was smelling feet. Here's a second picture of him and a third of him driving away.
Like, I want to know your upbringing. Like, what was your what did they do to you as a child that made you take on a life of smelling feet? Like, what made that become your passion? Where did it all go wrong? You know how stories get, but it all went wrong here. Where did it all go wrong for you, bro? Like, what is the fulfillment? You seen some people's feet?
Students are reacting.
I hate feet, so I can't imagine somebody doing that to me. I would run.
It may seem funny at first, but then
I think that's pretty insane.
I think it's pretty disrespectful.
psychiatrists say foot fetishes are common and there's nothing wrong with them as long as there are willing participants.
Moving to 6, this one is really messed up. We've got a girl who is going into this fitting room at this store because she was trying on clothes, seeing if they fit, that kind of stuff, just the usual.
Was that his phone on the ground? Come on. That wasn't his. Don't tell me that was his phone on the ground.
Fitting room at this store because she was trying on clothes.
That's his phone on the ground. You little, this peeping Tom stuff. Like, I ain't think it was that bad, but it's obviously pretty bad out here.
Clothes, seeing if they fit, that kind of stuff, just the usual thing, everybody does it. But what she didn't know was that there was a guy waiting for her to go inside of this fitting room so that he could grab his phone and start recording under that door, because there's a little bit of a gap, and get himself some footage of whatever she was changing into, or when she didn't have any clothes on, that kind of situation. What he didn't know was that there was actually security cameras watching him do what he was doing.
Then he had the audacity to stand there and look at the footage. He couldn't even wait to get somewhere secluded and look at the footage. Yo, that's how you know somebody got a serious problem. They don't care, or either their mind doesn't even think that far ahead to be like, yo, what am I doing? They don't process it or nothing. Oh, you get a nasty award.
At number 5, this guy is messed up on a whole different level. He went up on this woman's porch and wouldn't leave. She started, being concerned, told him to leave, ended up having to call 911, and after she did that, he basically went up to her window and started whacking it, more or less. And that's kind of the situation. Pretty creepy. I gotta be honest, I was looking up different ways to say whacking it so I didn't get demonetized, because now I'm kind of risking it. I saw one of the phrases was heating up your ship's main cannon.
Hold on. First of all, what did he have to type in to figure that out? I hate to see his search history or somebody to stumble upon his search history. But literally,
I saw one of the phrases was heating up your ship's main cannon.
A woman in East Nashville says this man walked onto her property Sunday while she was out on her porch.
Told me that he saw me, he wanted to be with me. I told him to leave, that I wasn't interested.
He eventually left, but 5 minutes later, she says he came back and she ran inside.
He was yelling at me and pounding on my door to get me to open my door. I just had a knife in my hand the entire time, and I was ready to attack.
After calling 911, the woman says he did something even more disturbing.
Then he walked in front of one of my windows and unzipped his pants and started.
She called 911 again to update dispatchers and says an officer arrived in seconds.
Real quick, before the next one, make sure you leave a like on this video and also subscribe to my channel, or else somebody is going to sneak in your bedroom tonight.
Like, what? Like, it's so many women out here, bro. You ain't gotta be aggressive over some woman telling you no. Like, it's too many out here. They actually outnumber us. And if not, I'm pretty sure you could scrape up the money to get you either escort or some type of something. Like, bro, it's way more options than resorting to that, man. It's never, ever that serious.
In the before spot, we've got a homeless woman inside of this donut coffee shop, and this homeless woman apparently comes here occasionally. However, this time there was a problem because she was making a bunch of weird noises, doing a bunch of creepy stuff, quite frankly, just scaring a lot of the other customers. So she was asked to leave. And when she was asked to leave, she got mad and threw her hot coffee at the owner of this donut shop and threw it all over her face, that kind of stuff. Luckily, she was fine. However, this homeless woman now is, maybe facing some charges when she gets caught.
It's the security video Cindy Seams says she can't bear to watch.
Hearing the video, I think was worse for me, just because remembering that I screamed when she, threw the coffee at me.
It happened Friday morning at the Spudnuts Donuts in Canoga Park. In the video, the mother here seems to be consoling her daughter before the store owner walks over to the corner table.
Just being loud and wailing, scaring the little girl, and that's what concerned me.
Seams says the woman is a homeless person who comes into the store from time to time.
Yeah, anybody who walks in,
Seams,
look at her demeanor, bro. She's facing the wall speaking. Now, I get it, you can't turn nobody, you don't really turn nobody away, but like, what do you do in that situation? You know what I'm saying? You don't really want to turn her away. You don't really want to judge her or profile her or anything like that. So you want to give her opportunity, but then she start acting like that and scaring your customers away. At that point, what do you do? Like, seriously, I'm asking a legit question as a person who's not a business owner. So I don't know, like, what are the steps you would take? You get a ban from the store, but then you kind of like, you know what I'm saying? But then you have this incident. She definitely can't come back after that.
Says the woman is a homeless person who comes into the store from time to time.
Moving to 3, this involves a homeowners association or an HOA. And some homeowners associations, they're good, they help the neighborhood, but this one definitely...
Some will straight up piss you off. You got a homeowners association. Where my people with the HOAs? Y'all know. You ever been to one of them HOA meetings? It ain't nothing but a bickering fest. I decided to go with Queen one night. That's the only night I've been. That was the first and the last time. They sat around in a circle and complained the entire time. I literally wanted to pull the skin off of my body. Like, seriously, like, I never wanted to just end it all to get out of there.
Did not, because they are a bunch of power-hungry, crazy people who were kind of creeps at the same time, too, because they were so dedicated to just finding people that they didn't like that they put a phone on a selfie stick so they could take pictures of areas that they're not supposed to, inside of people's houses, in through windows, a bunch of creepy things, and then started finding them. And some neighbors started realizing this and started fighting back, and it was a whole huge situation in this community.
Cunningham said the HOA crossed the line when residents started seeing board members using a selfie stick to peer in the lanai to check for violations.
If I saw a camera peering into my patio, I'd be thinking he'd ready to rob me.
Cunningham isn't alone. Neighbor Mary Lou Polipti showed us her letters too.
And then they can go inside like that, the camera.
She said she feels like she's living under a dictatorship.
I'm in the United States.
At number 2, this one isn't quite as creepy as the other ones on this list. It was painted in the news to be kind of a creepy situation, so I'm including it, but this involves a Disneyland rabbit. And this is a guy obviously in a costume or whatever. Quite frankly, the costume looks kind of creepy to me, but he got in some hot water because these girls went up behind him and pulled on his tail, and apparently it made him mad. He turned around and started chasing them and kind of was saying some choice words to them as well and some stuff like that. It was all caught on camera. And I gotta be honest, I kind of side with the rabbit on this one.
I knew he was gonna say that. every parent's nightmare, man. You booking this character for your little kid's birthday party, and some dude drunk, high out of his mind, shows up in the character suit and just be swearing and yelling at the kids, man. All drunk and belligerent.
I'm not even gonna lie.
After one daughter pulls on the tail of the white rabbit, his other daughter, 14-year-old Jocelyn, also takes a turn. Immediately, the rabbit follows her. Jocelyn Carlos says the rabbit held her by the arm and neck.
He told me, "Don't you ever do that again, or I'm going to call security and tell your stupid friend to stop doing it too."
Moments later, you can hear her sister Alexis yelling. He does, but the sisters say they hear these parting words.
And finally, one start this video off with easily probably the craziest one.
Hey, that rabbit's a human, man. Y'all get off him. He had a bad day, bro. You could tell. Look, he had a bad day. Look at him.
And finally, one start this video off with easily probably the craziest one on this list. This involves a guy who took somebody's life and then proceeded to cook him. I mean, he basically just cooked different parts of him. In fact, when he was arrested, he was actually in the middle of eating this guy's liver. He had like cooked a little recipe situation going on and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, it does kind of seem like it was recorded with a potato on about 12 FPS. I'm sorry about that, but here it is.
I tried to move it and saw some hands sticking out.
Now police are confident that they have their man. Nikolai Shadrin is charged with killing Ilya Yegorov, a homeless man down on his luck, invited to Shadrin's home to share a drink. The most gruesome discovery, the suspects claim to have cooked and eaten parts of his victim. The manager of the apartment block was present.
Oh! Do you know, like, we've all seen Hannibal Lecter. We've all heard and seen the movie. Like, could you imagine? Without being, now, I'm not saying you in a plane crash and you stranded somewhere and it's starting to get pretty bad and now you're looking around at each other. That's different. This dude just picked out a random homeless person and just started barbecuing and filleting them, fam. Like, what gave you that type of appetite? No.
The arrest, but didn't want to be identified.
I came to the door, asked him to open it, but he wouldn't, so we kicked it in. At first, he claimed he hadn't done anything. Then police found a liver in his refrigerator. Tests showed it was human.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Tests showed it was human. Do you really know your friends? Do you really know who you hanging out with? Somebody could be eyeing you right now, sizing you up right now. Like, yeah, I'm gonna eat her or him Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Make sure you know who your make sure you know who your friends are. All right. Well, listen, man. Y'all leave a like. Please leave a like and subscribe if you hadn't, man. And stick around and stay tuned till the next reaction of my piece. Y'all stay solid. Hey.